Hi, this is Kathy Goodwin. Today we're going to talk about a topic that we rarely discuss, surviving your exit interview. What are exit interviews? When you leave a job, you probably know this. Many companies will require that you have a meeting, usually with someone in the human resource department or your boss's boss, a fairly senior manager, someone you haven't worked with, for what is called an exit interview. The purpose of these interviews is to diffuse the emotion of the departing person, although it's rarely admitted. Almost everyone who leaves a company has strong feelings. I mean, you a lot of times have resentment, you have anger, you really feel very strongly about certain elements of the company, and the company would like you to share these feelings in a safe space. And by safe space, I mean safe for them, not necessarily for you, so you can get the feelings out. And the theory is you'll be less tempted to share with your colleagues or future job or all over town. However, they will also remind you of company policies. Take everything with you. Don't spill any secrets. Make sure your computer is wiped and you turn everything in. But they generally want to leave you on a positive note. And if I can be a little cynical, it really gives HR something to do during the day. If you have a company with an established professional HR department, you probably will be exposed to the exit interview. So what should you do? Should you share your true feelings? Well, a lot of people are surprisingly altruistic. They genuinely want to help the organization. So they want to share things like, we are wasting so much in this department. We are losing time. I have some suggestions for how to make things more efficient. And they will listen to you very patiently. Or you may want to help your colleagues who are now your former colleagues, because they're still there and you maybe want to make things better for them. So you'll say things like, our workload was really high and people are really stressed, and here are some things that could be done to help. Or you may genuinely want to warn management that they've got a problem, like my boss is a walking time bomb. Or maybe there are some odd goings on in the mailroom or something like that. Generally, this kind of sharing is a mistake. You are not a consultant to the company. And generally, if they want your opinion, they will pay you. They will hire a consultant, usually an outsider, when they want to genuinely work on their problems. There is rarely, I would say almost never, any gain to you from sharing information and giving them feedback. The only time this might be a good thing to do is if you are legally responsible to share certain information. For example, if you have discovered some goings on that are not legal or that are not ethical. And before you do this, I would recommend that you invest in an hour with an attorney to find out what to say, what to disclose, because these things could backfire. Most important, share no information on your new job. Surprisingly, I have heard from people, and this one's happened to me myself, when people will say, okay, well, we need to find out something about your new job because we need to know what to offer to new people who come. We need to know what the market rate is for salaries. We need to know what the policies are on working conditions and strategies. My recommendation is that you say this information is confidential and you just not share it. Or if they ask you, you say something totally unrelated and just ignore the question, because there is really no reason for you to do this. If a company needs market information, they can hire someone to do the research. They don't have to depend on your generosity. And it could backfire for you because you don't know where this information will end up, how it will be distorted, what could happen. Instead, make these 2 points. Point number 1, you loved it. Find something. Plan this before you go into the meeting. Find something you loved. Maybe you like the new color they painted the lobby. Maybe you like the fresh flowers on somebody's desk. It could be that small, but there's got to be something you loved. Explain why you're moving. Put a spin on it. I can't turn down this opportunity. This is so important. This is important to my career. This may not come up again. It's a once in a lifetime. It's something I've been dreaming about since I was 5 years old. That's the kind of thing you want to say. I had to move closer to my family, and this job happens to be located in the next town. Now, if your HR person or senior manager is smart, he or she may realize you are putting a spin on things. And you know something? They're not going to mind. In fact, they're going to respect you for keeping your game face and walking out with your head held high. move on. Within 30 to 90 days, this whole thing is going to be a dim memory. When you're gone, you're gone. You may want to maintain business relationships with supportive colleagues and bosses. You might want to meet for coffee. You may be seeing them at industry functions in a totally professional way, but you can do that outside the company after you've been established as an employee, as someone who is no longer connected with this company. If you'd like to discuss further this challenge or any other challenges related to career, I invite you to visit my website, midlifecareerstrategy.com. And specifically, I have the career strategy session, which is a really good way to have a really intense conversation and consultation about whatever you're facing. We get an awful lot done in a short amount of time. A lot of people tell me that one conversation left them feeling so relieved. It's like people have said to me, I am sleeping better at night after we talked, or you turned my whole perspective around. I am so glad I found you. I hear that a lot, and that really makes my day. So I invite you to join me in a consultation or on a future video where we'll be talking about a different topic. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And again, I do look forward to meeting you again.